So, this is SteelSaber, and he's in chat. SteelSaber 1, 1800, Junkrat and Soldier, in 1799, so an 1800 ranked game. Yeah, everything looks pretty kosher, pretty standard. Hashtag I do all characters, not just Junkrat. That'd be stupid. We're at 25 seconds to go. 1, 2, 3, 4. That should put us at 3 seconds. Okay. Here's your trap. Yep, this works. Keeping the choke busy. That works. Now they got a Widow, so you're gonna have to watch out really quick. This is a bad move. Oh. They got a Widow. I would just avoid this. Shooting. Maybe you don't know they have a Widow, but right now you're playing against the player and not the hero, which is really bad. So I every educational stream I give this one. Play versus the hero. Not player. What I mean by this is, yeah, someone in gold, a Widow in gold, may not be able to headshot you. So it was okay to go this way and then this way and check for health bag. And then you came back up and then you jumped down and then you actually shot in the, like, where she could have shot you for a while. At higher SRs, this doesn't work. Why? Because Widow can headshot you and will kill you. So you are playing against the fact that she won't be able to shoot you, right? You're like, she can't do this. She's not good enough. When you run into someone good enough, you'll be stumped. In fact, this is what stops people from gaining SR the most. This is what keeps people in lower ranks. Is that they develop habits and strategies against bad players, and when they come up against good players, it doesn't work anymore. And they're like, well, I've been doing this for like 7 months. Why didn't this work now? Maybe I'm just not good enough, yada, yada, yada. It's like, well, because you developed a lot of bad habits by playing against bad players for a prolonged period of time. Play against what the hero is capable of, and you may start losing some matches, but overall you'll start getting better. Oh, you got the old nimbly bimbly guy once. Good job. That was good. And there's the Widow. Yep. That's exactly what I was talking about. You don't want to be in open ground against the Widow because she can and will kill you. One of my worst games in recent memory. Well, good, Steel. Then we'll be able to talk about a lot about it. What were you doing in the dark there? Something's to your left. The Genji's to your left. Now up behind you to your left. Ah, man, that was happening to me all yesterday. So yeah, through sound, that's how I knew that Genji was behind you, to your left. If you would have heard that, you could have actually contested the Genji indoors, which is a thing you can do. The soldier's gonna be to your right. He didn't die. Yeah, he's up there. Protecting that Torb turret. Yeah, you can just back up and use ricochet shots at that point. When you're in that closed in of an area, definitely use ricochet shots. You don't got to show your face. And you you switch to soldier. Yeah, competitive plays and matches, they work as well. All right, you're already way too far up. Yeah, you're way too far up on this one. You can hear that hog. Get the health pack. There you go. All right, now you got to run past and get to be with your team. So right there was just over-aggression. It doesn't matter if you have to stop the card or not. It's just too aggressive. Captain Cook 309, thank you so much for your subscription. Yeah, he's using a controller. You can see in the bottom right, it says left button, right button. Left trigger is missiles. And they womboed you. Not much you can do about that. I would just say fighting that far up is usually bad. Just in general. But your team was up there, so that required you to be up there, right? It's better to be wrong as a team than to be right as a single person. Makes you question my relationship status currently. But that's not what this stream's about. Already you're okay because you're near the Ryan shield, but alright, you took that son of a bitch down. Good job. What up, Mega? How you doing? The Torb is just hammering his turret in the corner. Good job, Torb. That was some good shots you put on Zarya there. Now you don't do the 4 burst method, which are oh, okay, that may have been a positioning mistake. Hold on. Let me check. Yeah. Yep. You're out of position there. That happens, man. Don't worry about it. That's just knowing the map and getting a feel of it. Okay. That was good. Oh. It's you. So I've done that. Guys, everyone falls down that fucking hole. I've noticed a lot of people have been falling down it lately, they've been saying, because of the game mode. The custom game mode that's going on right now, the PvE. And that map, it's covered up. So, okay. I'm so glad you got out of there right there. I was going to say, like, it's cool you can hold that flank, but D.Va has an escape, right? She can thrust her in defensive matrix and get out of anything. You, on the other hand, you have to sprint and hope they don't hit you. Again, you're taunting that Widow. Take no chances. Don't give her an option to kill you. Genji to your left. Genji above you. The soldier did it too. That's amazing. He's above you. No one can find this Genji. Quite elusive. Turn to your right. Said this is your worst game. You're not doing terrible. Yeah, Steel. No, you're not the only one that falls in that hole. It must be a soldier issue. I think it's a soldier bug. But you said this was your worst game in a while, but don't worry about it. I think you're doing okay. Oh, you got invited. What do you have to say? Xbox, open that.
Attack commences in 30 seconds.
Is falling in there really a bug? Yeah, Vaco, it really is. He's going soldier on offense. He's not messing around with the Junkrat. Looks like someone got really aggressive there, and you got a free 20% to your ult. I think that was a hog? Oh, you got a Torben attack. This is great. I have to deal with this all the time with Fuey. Alright, there's a Widow again. Okay, alright, I like this. Jump over and kill her. There's a hog behind you. Oh no, it's to your left. So don't be afraid to actually engage closer in on her. Especially when there's people coming up from behind. You just kind of run right past her. And you're still... Okay, so I guess... I'll just say it because I know a lot of people are thinking it. You definitely hold attack very long, like, to get the worst accuracy. I know everyone would want you to fire in 4 burst rounds, but don't worry about it. At this level, it's not the biggest deal. It's important, but it's not huge. There are bigger fish to fry when getting better than just practicing shooting 4 times and stopping. What is a burst round? That's when you just fire 4 times and then stop firing so your recoil goes down and then fire 4 more. Oof. That's Bastion. You gotta be very careful with those. With the hog there. Oh, that is the worst thing to see around the corner. It worked. When you ulted and there was just a diva sitting there, my heart dropped. I was like, oh god, it's the one thing that can completely shut you down by pressing a button. I thought she ice walled you in. I was like, oh shit, that may just block you? So this flank, while it was like you did it as an opportunistic thing to get a kill, and you did, you killed the Bastion. You stayed alive and you kept the pressure on the flank, and eventually the main part of the team helped, right? Because you got the Bastion kill, it put a numbers advantage on the main path. Did he freeze? Oh, he's just outside. But with the numbers advantage on the main one, you took a 2v2 with you and the Mei against the Mercy Diva. That left a 4v3 on point, which your team won, and then eventually, because you held out for so long, your team came back and helped you. Is that a Torb? That is a Torb up there. God damn it. It just makes me think of Fury and I get angry. This flank. This flank, you crazy son of a bitch. Bullet God. Dude, is this guy hitting on you? He liked your game clip. I think Bullet God may have a thing for a SteelSaber, eh? Eh? So that flank, that was, you know, obviously crazy aggressive. But sometimes when you do something so stupid... Alright, real talk. Real talk, guys. One of the things that people commented me on in TF2 was, I would do stuff that was so stupid. It was so dumb that no one could ever predict I was going to do it. And because I had some skill, I could essentially, like, do something really dumb, do it skillfully, and I would kill enough of the people for the rest of my team to come in. They're like, either that was the greatest play ever, or it was so dumb that, like, no one could ever do anything against it. Sometimes that shit works. Like, whatever. So don't worry about it, man. You did something stupid, but it happens. Fuck it. It was funny. Oh, wrong screen. I play with legs on? Yeah. So I'm not ashamed of my play like you guys. Awesome G420. You gotta play in the dark because you're so ashamed of how terrible your play looks. Get wrecked. Helix. Okay, if you ult here, that'd be great. I was waiting for that ult, but the Reinhardt got less busy and now he blocked your entire ult. So with your, I just want to check really quick. Hold on, I just want to see your... Okay, your Helix was on cooldown for most of this. I was just waiting for you to get a good Helix, and I was like, oh, you're gonna get ult, and you're gonna get all of them. Man, if you had your ultimate like 5 seconds sooner, like right here, you would have killed the Reinhardt, you would have killed the Mercy, you would have killed a lot of people. Man, if you had it 1 second quicker, not even 1 second, like 5 seconds quicker. Let's game, you're out of here. All right, man. Well, thanks for joining us. There's an Egyptian prince. What is this story, Santa? What about this Egyptian prince? What are you telling me? Are you telling me a war story about a guy that did something so stupid it worked? Ah, McCree. Anti-fun at the best. So you lost. That's good. We get to learn. Dun dun dun. Did you at least get play of the game, maybe? Nope. Don't want to see a Bastion play of the game.
Heroes never die.
The Saber, I think you did pretty well this game. Oh, that's where my heart sank for a second. Stupid can be smart at times. Doing a stupid thing with the right timing is actually really smart sometimes. But it comes down to timing. And timing is incredibly difficult. Timing is the most advanced concept in just life. I thought, yeah, that's where you almost got ice walled. Scared the hell out of me again. So your aggression that you had on defense got cleared up on offense, which gives me conflicting advice. I mean, you're a little aggressive here, but for the most part...
Heroes never die.
Take the flank. You get ulted. Is this where you go super aggressive? Yeah, this is where you go super aggressive. When fighting a Bastion, alright, this is a little bit of pro tips. Charge at him. Jump around his face like this, and then shoot him in the head. Don't even worry about, like, I don't even mean the headshots. I mean, like, jump on top of him, and just constantly rotate around him like this. It's very, very difficult for a lot of people to deal with that shit. It's actually you standing away and moving, like, slowly like this that gets you killed. If you're constantly going around him, you can kill him. And I know it was stupid, but that could have worked out. Take the flank, you take the flank, you take the flank. Take the flank, you take the flank. You get killed on the flank here. Yeah, you get McCreed around the corner. Hmm. Okay. Let's bring out the old triangle. Ah, triangle time. So watch excessive fire. Actually, that's a stupid way to put it. Recoil. Beware of recoil with soldier. You do extended firing for a lot of the time. And I don't want you to, like, develop the 4-burst, like, habit. Just, if you find yourself firing for 20 shots in one, like, mouse press or one button press, you know, and you're not killing people, maybe, you know, pick it down to 10. Does circle strafing turrets exist in Overwatch? From what I can tell, no. I've tried on a Torb turret before. And maybe I got shot by one of the turrets, but I didn't get shot by the second one. But yeah, I definitely still died to it. How was he in Junkrat, though? His Junkrat was fine. The problem, he played too much against the hero. Or against the player, not the hero. He got sniped, I think, twice, right? Or did you die once and that was it? Yeah, watch out for that Widow. Use cover. Always stay near a corner. Use bank shots whenever possible. But it's hard because I can't, like, honestly, I know a lot of professional, or I say professional, there's a lot of analysts out there and a lot of people that'll be like, oh, I'll critique you. And this is what they do. And sorry if this is how you critique people, but you're fucking wrong if you do this. And they're like, oh, you did that wrong. Oh, you should be in the hotel. That's where you should be at. This is all wrong. You missed those shots. If you aim a little bit to the left, you would have got those. And your trap should be up about by 1 meter. Like, if you critique stuff that way, you're just looking at the one little actions and you're not looking at common themes. Like, this is the wrong... You know they have a Widow. You saw the shot right there. You can see the trail. Right there. They got a Widow. Man, do not go through that doorway. Like, don't do it. I'm like, oh, you went through the fucking doorway. Come on, Saber. I'm like, alright, don't go through... No, you went through it again. She's right there. Look at that. She's up there. Don't... Like, get your fucking face out of there. You're gonna die. It's not about accuracy of his shots. It's not about all that stuff. But, man, like, just sitting out in the open like that, that scares the hell out of me. So it's like, alright, this is a cool position to be at. You don't see the Widow yet. She's just kind of not doing anything. But you know a Widow's there. So this is when, yeah, I would stay in hotel a lot. I'd redo my trap. That works. But at this point, all this mid ground is very hostile. You can see the Widow take 2 shots, 3 shots. She's up there. She's right above you. She got you. Like, his problem, there is nothing about accuracy that was his issue there. There's nothing about his movement that was wrong. That was a positional mistake based on not respecting the Widow.
The objective is under attack. We are losing the objective. Push them back.
And so here, hold on. So you got lucky. Your diva cleared stuff. I'm going to turn the volume up. So sorry if people are watching on YouTube. I'm sorry. I'm going to turn the volume up so we're going to hear this pretty loud. There is going to be a Genji to your left that you can hear. Right there. You heard him deflect. You heard the Widow to your right. She's probably up top right from that sound. You can still hear the Genji. You should go left right now and challenge that Genji directly because you're indoors and you have a huge advantage. In fact, there's his deflect again to your left. Right? Or is that your Genji? Do you have a Genji on your team? Am I being really dumb right now? Hold on. I could be really stupid. They do got a Genji. But that was really loud. Louder than your Genji would deflect. Yeah, that was the... Oh man, it's so hard to actually make that call. Well, let's see his tire again. That was your Genji, wasn't it? Okay. Here's the deal. I was wrong by sound that saying Genji was over there. And maybe he was fighting a Genji, actually. I think he was. Because your Torb just died to him. But... Like, you can see your Genji right there. And he deflects against someone. Someone's right there. So that's what you should be worried about. Because at this point, your tire... Like, oh man. This ground, I would never try to get past with tire. That's really difficult. Someone's going to shoot it. Yeah, the Torb's dead. And I would actually go left just because that's good. Because you guys control the point. And you know there's a threat on the left side. So I would actually go on the left side to weed that threat out. But then you get hooked. There's nothing you could have done here. I think this is when you change. Oh. Yeah, and then you try some stuff here. Your soldiers to the top right. You actually do kill him when he comes to the mid. And I would just use my trap more. Your trap could have been used a lot. And then you could have just used deflections, not deflection, ricochets at this point. Like, it's cool you did the trap, that's great. But as soon as they pressure in here, just sit there and deflect off the wall. But then he switches off that. And to be honest, like, he played Junkrat for what? 3 minutes? Like, you can only grab so much from that type of play. Does the pick aside and cleave to the middle approach apply for Riptire as well? Riptire has its own rule set because you just need to kill someone and start playing Overwatch again. I remember seeing that part and thinking I was an idiot. Steel, don't worry about it. Like, here's the problem. What's your SR? 1800. Like, I have ADD or something. In fact, I'll just say this. My manager knows I stream. Alright, actually, my manager knows I stream, and my manager's manager knows I stream. So, when I was looking at a different role, he's like, well, you're going to be more focused on this role. He's like, you can't play it like you play Overwatch. And I was like, what? What the fuck are you talking about? He's like, dude, he's like, I've seen how you play Overwatch. You got ADD. He's like, you're trying to do 7 things at once. And he's like, you do them all at once, and it works really well. But, like, holy shit, like, you got to focus on one thing sometimes. I was like, all right, like, fair point. I do think on a lot of stuff. Like, and that's difficult, but that's just because that's how my brain processes stuff. I think about everything all the time, and it's, like, too much thinking. And that's why I focus so much on doing when I teach people. It's like, it's good to think, guys. It's good to think, but, like, this is all thinking from here down. It's really good to think, but don't forget about doing. It's so important. So with Tire, or not, sorry, Saber, when you're just playing and you're running your Tire around, you got a lot of things going through your head. Just because you miss one thing doesn't mean, like, you're an idiot. Like, that shit happens. Don't worry about that. You're going to miss stuff all the time. So, it's fine. But yeah, your Junkrat wasn't bad. So your accuracy on Junk was fine. Yeah, your Junkrat accuracy was fine. Your soldier accuracy, watch the recoil. That's all I have to say about that. Your skill usage with Junkrat, use trap more. Use it. As soldier, it was good. I think you were fine there. It wasn't perfect, but it was good enough for, like, for 1800. Like, you were fine. I don't think there was anything I would really correct on you there. Your positioning on Junkrat, it was okay, but they had a Widow. Which means you desperately need to change up your positioning. That's about it. On Soldier, on defense, you were over-aggressive. On offense, it was fine. Yeah, actually, your positioning on offense... Oh, maybe, I would say... Actually, it would go down at logistics. I think... you flank too much. I shall call it... you overflank. Overflanking. It's, you try to get the flank every single time, even if you even if you do well on it or if you do poorly on it, you keep on trying to take the flank over and over and over. There is something to be said for pushing up with all 6 people through a single point. Like, that's really strong. A 5-1 push is strong as well, and that's what you're trying to do, right? The building's right here. You're doing a 5-1 push. But if that doesn't work like 3 times, then stick with the team and see what you can get from there. I don't want to say either option is right or wrong. They both work. But in your state, flanking didn't work a bunch of times. Definitely try to get it. Definitely stick with the team. Your logistics size is Junkrat. They were fine. Give you a check. And yeah, flanking, remember flanking takes time. And that's time you're not playing Overwatch. Right? You're not shooting, you're not pointing and clicking and dealing damage. With your information. Info! Widow. Again. That was the only thing on Junkrat that I would have to say. I mean, we talked about the tire issue, but don't worry about that. That's like a one-off. Don't worry about it. I'm looking at big old freaking issues. Yeah, definitely Widow. It was just you didn't change your habits, and I say Widow, but let's say this. This is a lot more better for teaching. Change habits based on comp. At lower levels, you won't... Actually, this is probably not seen at lower levels. You kind of play the game the same way with all characters every time you play. And as you get better, you start tailoring your strategies and how you play depending on what the enemy pulls. And that should happen around 2500. It probably doesn't, though. I'm just throwing out numbers. And this both means for your team and the enemy's team. You need to change your habits based on your composition. So there was a Widow. Alright, stay away from open ground, keep your head low, that type of stuff. As for Soldier, you were over-aggressive on defense. A couple times you're over-aggressive with your team, which is fine, because you're with your team. It's better to be with your team and over-aggressive than being back doing nothing. On offense, I think you were fine. I will say, information-wise, you were fine on offense. Just watch the flanking and watch your recoil as Soldier. I know you did that one thing where you charged in, but I don't care. Like, every now and then you need to do something like that. Keep them on their toes. Now, for what I want you to work on, let's start you on this. And maybe you think you do this, but let's really focus on it. Every time you start a match, or as soon as you, maybe let's say first death. Or first convenient time. I want you to hit tab or whatever you guys got to press on the controller. Get the team comp. And think, what should I do with this team comp? Like, should I change my play style to be more aggressive? Should I play more defensive? Are certain parts of the map rarer for me to be on because of this comp? Like, should I be here? Should I not be here? Stuff like that. Maybe you see a team comp and you're like, I need to be behind my tanks. Right? Something like that. It's select. Alright, yeah, hold on, select. Figure out what they're running, and figure out what you think is the right decision. Based on their composition, come up with an idea. Whether that idea is right or wrong, you need to make an idea. From there, act on it. Basically, you're going to work your way up the triangle. Information is team comp. Then, find a place that you're going to be strong at, positions, and then work out how you get to that position. From there, then you can work on your action. So if you notice they have no high ground, like they don't have a Genji, a Diva, or a Winston, you're like, alright, these guys are really weak on the high ground. I need to get to the high ground somehow. How do I get to the high ground? Well, in King's Row, I can run to the right, jump over that little ledge, and I get around them. And actually, I think they didn't have a defense against the high ground in that game, too. when you were attacking. They had a Widow, Hog, Reinhardt. I can't remember the whole team, but I don't think they had any high ground. But just try to find something about their team comp that you think you can exploit and then try it. Maybe your idea doesn't work, maybe it does work, but this is called learning. You're going to fuck up. Don't worry about that. Is this the Oda cycle from Skyline? No, this is... I made this up like 10 years ago, and then I realized I was using it all my life. This is how to get better at video games purely based on position. And the reason I purely base this on position is because position, one, it's solid. Like, it doesn't change from game to game. Also, good position leads to really good action. It means you can have less skill, point and clicking, and still play against people because you have such a good positional advantage. This is how to win at video games without skill. Did you reflect the Junkrat tire? No. But this does seem like the Oda type theory. In fact, the Oda stuff and what I do for apply both come from Sun Tzu. But yeah, no, but just just do something. Like, when you see their team comp, try to exploit it, and you're going to be wrong sometimes, you're going to be right sometimes. And this is learning. This is how you're going to progress farther and farther and farther. As you do it more and more and more, it's going to become more organic. At first, it's going to seem very mechanical. You're going to be like, all right, A plus B means I have to do C. But after a while, you just kind of take advantage of it. It'll just become organic over time. But yeah, that's what I want you to do. I want you to change your habits based on your team comp or the enemy's team comp. I don't care which. Just focus on what's being played at the time. And yeah, fight the hero, not the player. That too. That's yes. This is actually you're smart, Saber. You're smart. I like where you're going with this. So yeah, this changing your habits based on comp is saying just play against the heroes, instead of playing against the players. But as long as if you try something and you fail, at least you can correct that. If you try something and it works, then you can say, hey, this works. So yeah, that's what I want you to work on. You cool, Saber? Any questions? Hey, Fox, no, I will not love you. I will never love someone that's that attention hungry. Get out of here. So yeah, Saber, any questions? Before we do our last review of the night. Think you're good? Alright. Awesome. Well then, let's do our last review.